Let's talk about leadership and listening. Do you get frustrated that your team doesn't do what you ask them to do? Do you feel like you're caught in the middle because you have people above you who are expecting things and you're trying to explain to your team why it's important that they get them done and they're not getting them done? And do you find your frustration level escalating every time there's an excuse or a delay, no matter how reasonable it seems, no matter how predictable it might have been? Each delay just sends you through the roof. Well, here's something revolutionary. It might be that you're not listening enough. I know I started this by saying you feel like your team's not listening to you. But what I've found over the years is that when leaders are trying to get things done, they tend to ignore some pretty basic things that their team brings up. They tend to ignore workload. They tend to ignore timelines. Not that they willfully ignore them like, oh, I'm not paying attention to that. That's just crap. But if you're in this transitional leadership role where you're answering to someone still, but you're in charge of a team, or even if you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to get something launched for your own timeline, you tend to discount the obstacles and inflate the possibilities. That's just human nature. We all do it. But your team isn't in that same boat. Your team isn't in that same position. And so they can talk to you more realistically about things that might stall, things that might be a problem, things that might keep them from operating as quickly as you would like them to operate. Now, if you trust your team and you listen to them, you'll find they have a lot of wisdom. If you just chalk this up to, oh, they don't want to work, or, oh, they don't want to be pushed so hard, or those sorts of things, then you're not listening. So I invite you to look at your listening skills. When you set a goal, do you sit down with your whole team and ask them what obstacles they might see? This is called a pre-mortem. What could possibly go wrong in this scenario? And if you have your team bring it up now, then it won't come up later. Do you sit down and ask your team if they need help? Because a lot of times team members won't ask for help because they are afraid of looking weak or appearing that they are incompetent in front of the leader. But if you sit down and authentically ask, they will meet you and tell you that they need it. Are you really listening for the subtext of what's happening? Or are you just listening for what you want to hear? Good listening skills are the key to being an effective leader. So if you're in a position where you want to increase your leadership skills, if you are in a transitional leadership role, or if you're in an organization that's going through transition and you need to lead your team through it, good listening skills are crucial. I can help. I have been coaching people on communication and listening skills for decades. So reach out to me. Click the link in my bio or DM me, yes, I want to listen, or just listen. And let's see if there's a time where we can talk, because I think that my leadership coaching package might be a great way for you to be able to enhance some of those listening skills. So I hope to hear from you.